Good, happy Friday morning and happy TGIF, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Friday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. It's Friday, July 29, 2022. Let's begin this Friday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right now. First up, therapist who practiced in Nashua charged with sexually assaulting underage patient. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If you have ever dreamed of having granite or quartz countertops in your kitchen, but thought it was too expensive,
56-year-old Mark Phillips was arrested by Nashua police Wednesday, charged with one count of pattern aggravated felonious sexual assault, a charge that could land him in prison for 15 years if convicted.
During the course of the investigation, it was learned that Mark Phillips had begun inappropriate gestures with the juvenile and slowly progressed in inappropriate touching and eventually sexual assaults, which occurred over a prolonged period of time.
Phillips was a licensed social worker at the New England Center for Comprehensive Counseling in Nashua. Nashua police first received a tip from a concerned parent in October of 2021. 10 days later, the state suspended Phillips' license to practice while he denied any wrongdoing. After months of investigating, detectives concluded that Phillips had sexually assaulted the child on several occasions.
It was something that happened over a prolonged time period.
Court documents show that Phillips even had the child over to his house in Hooksett for extra sessions that sometimes lasted as long as 6 hours. Nashua police say Phillips threatened the child to make them comply with his advances.
We're always concerned by these types of reports. Anything involving children we take very seriously, and we want to hold offenders accountable.
Phillips was released on personal recognizance bail and is due back in court next month. And we're told Phillips hasn't practiced since October. News 9 did reach out to his former employer for a comment, but we have not heard back just yet. Live in Nashua tonight, Scott Cook, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Teen hit by alleged drunk driver in Hooksett. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If you have ever dreamed of having granite or quartz countertops in your kitchen, but thought it was too expensive, Bob's Granite Place can make your dream a reality.
Tonight, a 13-year-old is expected to recover after she was hit by an alleged drunk driver in Hooksett. Police said the teen was mowing a neighbor's lawn on Martins Ferry Road this afternoon when she was hit. Investigators say the driver, a 37-year-old from Manchester, hit a power pole before coming to a stop. They say she had admitted to drinking. She was booked on multiple charges and released.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Massachusetts teacher last seen in Windham 38 years ago. Man possibly connected to Christopher Bird's case has died, officials say. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Our fleet is loaded and ready to go. Mainly Tubbs Truckloads of Savings event is here. It takes a convoy to deliver savings this big. Save thousands with factory incentives on truckloads of spas while supplies last. Enjoy a free saltwater system upgrade on any saltwater-ready hot tub. Plus, take advantage of special financing with our first ever 0% APR for 72 months, with hot tubs starting as low as $49 per month. Going on now through July 31st. What are you waiting for? Visit a Mainly Tubbs showroom or MainlyTubbs.com and start relaxing today.
Okay, and there you go on that video. More monkeypox vaccines expected to be shipped to New Hampshire. Officials say 7 cases confirmed in the Granite State. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Our fleet is loaded and ready to go. Mainly Tubbs Truckloads of Savings event is here. It takes a convoy to deliver savings this big. Save thousands with factory incentives on truckloads of spas while supplies last. Enjoy a free saltwater system upgrade on any saltwater-ready hot.
Every American should pay attention on monkeypox. Monkeypox is not COVID, but it is contagious, it is painful, and it can be dangerous.
Top U.S. health officials urging Americans to be aware and educated as monkeypox cases climb. State epidemiologist Dr. Benjamin Chan says while the majority of cases so far are in men who have sex with men, anybody engaging in higher risk activity can get infected.
Having multiple sex partners, having anonymous sex or group sex. And so it's those individuals that we are really wanting to target some of our interventions towards.
Dr. Chan says the general population is considered low risk for contracting the virus. He says the most infectious symptom, the lesions that appear on the skin.
This is not a virus that's spread very easily just in passing or through, brief surface contact. It really takes prolonged exposure, prolonged contact, or physical contact.
Right now, the state has enough vaccine for about 160 people. They're being used primarily for people with a known exposure to the virus until more shots arrive.
Our hope is that that will be enough to then move from this containment strategy of vaccinating people that have an identified exposure to opening up vaccine more broadly so that we can begin vaccinating people that may have a risk factor.
Now, Dr. Chan says the federal government has been calculating how many vaccines states get based generally on 2 factors. One of them being the number of infections in the area, and 2, the number of people that are at risk. They hope to find out from the feds how many more vaccines are on the way by the end of this week. Live in the studio, Marissa Tansino, WMUR News.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. West Nile virus found in mosquitoes in Manchester. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If you have ever dreamed of having granite or quartz countertops in your kitchen, but thought it was too expensive, Bob's Granite Place can make your dream a reality. Granite countertops start at only...
Breaking news just into our newsroom. For the first time this season, West Nile virus has been detected in New Hampshire. The Department of Health and Human Services collected the mosquitoes out of Manchester last week as part of their proactive surveillance program. So to protect yourself now, officials say you should eliminate all standing water and other mosquito breeding locations from your property and wear bug spray when mosquitoes are present.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. JetBlue merge with Spirit Airlines could have impact on Manchester-Boston Regional Airport. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Our fleet is loaded and ready to go. Mainly Tubbs Truckloads of Savings event is here. It takes a convoy to deliver savings this big. Save thousands with factory incentives on truckloads of spas while supplies last. Enjoy a free saltwater system upgrade on any saltwater-ready hot tub. Plus, take advantage of special financing with our first ever 0% APR for 72 months, with hot tubs starting as low as $49 per month. Going on now through July 31st. What are you waiting for? Visit a Mainly Tubbs showroom or MainlyTubbs.com and start relaxing today.
Size is important in this industry today.
It might not be until 2024 or 2025 for a combined JetBlue Spirit Airlines to take off.
A lot
remains to be seen, and then there's a long regulatory road ahead of them.
The proposed deal is expected to encounter a lot of regulatory turbulence from both the Justice and Transportation departments.
And then once that is done, then the airlines can start talking about markets and how they like to serve those.
For now, Manchester Boston Regional Airport says things remain the same.
It's business as usual right now for Spirit Airlines. They're going to continue to fly out of the market. They're looking at providing more flights out of the market.
But if the merger happens, aviation expert David Daig says it could unlock more routes for Manchester.
You know, JetBlue is not in Manchester. Spirit is. Those yellow planes will eventually be painted in white and blue. But I think that actually is going to be a positive because of bringing in JetBlue's system into Manchester. Expansion possibilities to New York, to the West Coast, to other Florida markets.
And could bring in new competition.
I mean, so, you know, success breeds success, and Spirit's success in Manchester is going to open up those possibilities for not only a Frontier, for markets, carriers like Alvelo, and there's a few other carriers, Allegiant, that's out there.
Yeah, look, Frontier got outbid by JetBlue for Spirit. That's how we got here. The experts we talked to today say that means Frontier's now going to try to organically expand into places like here in New Hampshire, and that could lead to even more flight possibilities for us in the future.
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. U.S. economy shrinks in second quarter. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Hi, I'm here for
major news this Thursday night. The new report out tonight raising fears of recession in the U.S. The nation's output of goods and services, the GDP, fell 0.9% the past 3 months, the second quarter of decline in a row, which typically has been the definition of recession. But tonight, President Biden pointing to other key factors, too, among them the jobs numbers, saying this economy isn't an easy one to label right now. But whether it's officially a recession or not, Rebecca Jarvis tonight with families across the country who say they're feeling this on everything they're paying for.
Tonight, whether you call it a recession or not, the U.S. economy is losing momentum. At the same time, American families are facing the highest inflation in a generation, hitting those on fixed incomes, like retired nurse Priscilla Jordan, especially hard.
I feel like a recession is here.
Are you at the point where you're cutting back, where you're having to pick and choose?
I may look at a steak that I would normally treat myself to maybe once every 2 weeks. Now it's once every 2 months.
From New Jersey to Kentucky.
Everything's going up, but my paycheck is not.
Kentucky single mom Asia Mabry saw her monthly rent soar from nearly $900 in May to over $1,200 in June, a more than $300 difference, forcing her to move.
I am now in a 1-bedroom, and I am paying more than I was with the 2-bedroom.
The Commerce Department reporting today that from April to June, consumer spending slowed, business investment fell, and stores slowed their restocking of shelves. President Biden taking an optimistic tone on the news.
If you look at our job market, consumer spending, business investment, we see signs of economic progress in the second quarter as well.
David, the National Bureau of Economic Research is the nonprofit, nonpartisan organization that officially declares when recessions begin and end here in the United States. And they look at metrics, including GDP, but also including things like unemployment and jobs, which have held up despite this record inflation. Many economists tonight now forecasting a recession will begin towards the end of this year or early next. David?
Yeah, a lot of competing indicators, but really it's what Americans are feeling at home. Rebecca Jarvis tonight, thank you as always.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we have a little question of the day for all of you that we would like all of you to weigh into. Just head over to the Riley King Network Facebook page and answer our question of the day. And our question of the day is, good morning, New Hampshire. The drawing for the $1.1 billion Mega Millions jackpot is tonight. We want to know, what would you do with all that money? Comment below and let us know. We'd like to hear from you. Just head over to the Riley King Network Facebook page and answer that question. And thank you for tuning in and watching this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.